So this video's been a long time coming. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it or when, but I feel that in honor of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, it is time to get my story out there. My name is Heather, and I am a survivor of a very extreme case of domestic violence. I was married for over 11 years to my husband, who ultimately held me down and poured chemicals into my eyes. And this is the result of that. I've had 5 reconstructive surgeries. When it first happened, my eyelids were completely melted off. I've only seen one picture of that, and I don't care to ever see it again. It was absolutely horrifying. And in the moment, I believed I was going to die. My husband held me down on the floor and he poured chemicals into my eyes. And as I laid there screaming, all that he could tell me was if I wasn't quiet, that he would pour it down my throat and it would burn my insides and I would suffocate and die. So I stopped screaming. And I was as quiet as I could be because I didn't want to die. And so I started to pray. And I leaned into God and I prayed. And I prayed. And it was eventually over. He took me to the hospital. I still didn't come forward at that time that he had done it to me. I was too afraid because of what he had just done to me, what he could potentially do to me further, and worse, what he could do to my children. I have first and foremost always wanted to be the best mom that I could be. And when I knew that things weren't right, it was too late and I was too afraid to get out. I didn't know how to ask for help, and he was very crafty. And I was afraid that he would try to take my children and that he would hurt them, or that he would hurt them anyways just to hurt me. Now, I am living safely with my children. I never have to deal with that man again. He ultimately killed himself when I was taken from my home. My children were also taken at the same time. He tried to flee the country. They wouldn't let him. But I believe that that was God. God knew that I'd been through enough. God knew that all the people that he had hurt had been through enough. It's not easy. I'm navigating being a single mother living with disabilities. When this initially happened, I was fully blind. I have, by the grace of God, regained vision in my left eye. I'm not sure that I'll ever be able to see out of my right eye again, but I pray for it. But even if I never would have regained my eyesight, I'm still grateful to be alive. I survived things that nobody should. Besides the physical wounds and scars that you see, the mental scars are so much more. Chronic PTSD from an almost 1.5 year torturous ordeal. There's major trigger warnings throughout my story. I'll have to continue this in a part 2 and a part 3. But my main purpose for this is because I want to help you. If there's somebody out there that doesn't feel like they're safe enough to get out, that doesn't feel like that they can get out, I'm here to tell you that you can. And this isn't to preach at anyone or to tell you what to believe, but God's listening and God is watching, and there is purpose to the pain and there is purpose to the suffering, because I now feel that I have a level of compassion that I never had before. And I truly just want the world to be a better place. So if I can just reach one person with this, I would like to. Stay tuned for part 2.